there everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Pippa and this is Calm Stitch Reads. So we're trying something new today. I'm just going to put my tea down. So I've never been very good at keeping or sticking to TBR, and the other day I was watching a lady on BookTube, and I generally can't remember what her channel was. If I can find it I will try and link it. And she wasn't talking about a TBR, she was talking about a pile of possibilities, and I just love the idea of that, because if you've been watching my last two videos you'll know that I'm a huge mood reader. I very rarely know what I'm going to read next. It all just depends on the mood I'm in when I finished the book that I'm currently reading. So I thought a pile of possibilities sounds like a really good idea, and that's something that I could do because I love watching TBR videos. I love getting ideas from other people, and I thought this is something I'd like to do myself. And so instead of recording at a TBR, I'm going to be picking my pile of possibilities for May. So I have got my gorgeous little hedgehog cup, and in it I have got a selection of prompts. Now these are all prompts linked to the books that I have got on my bookshelves, and I also have a few more. If I just move it down a little bit, down here on my little cart. I don't have many on my cart, just a few, and my embroidery and cross stitch, because I love to embroider and cross stitch while I'm listening to audiobooks. So without further ado, let's get started. I think so it's going to be May, so I'm going to be back in work in May, but we do have a bank holiday and we do have May half term. So I'm thinking, let's just move that up again, maybe 5 prompts, maybe 6. We'll see how we go. We'll see how chunky the books are, because some of the books on here, some of them are quite chunky, and some of the ones a bit further down that you can't see at the moment, some of them are quite chunky. So depending on how many we get will depend on which ones we do. Okay, so first prompt. I've got 2 different colours. They don't mean anything, they just happen to be the post-it notes that my daughter had. So first prompt, can't see what that says, it's backwards. Start a new series. Not sure if I need to start any more new series, but so a new series. So the only new series, actually no, I've got 2 possibilities. Just moving my tea out of the way. So I think these are the only 2 that I've got. A bit chunkier than another. So the first one is Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I loved her Priory of the Orange Tree. I read that a few years ago, and that was a chunk, but I really enjoyed it, and I don't know why I didn't pick up the other ones. And I was in Waterstones the other day and I saw this, and it's been on my radar for a long time, and I thought I'd give this a go. And this one is, it says on the back, the author's preferred text. So she originally wrote them in 2013, I think it was, when she was 21, and she's recently, what does it say, revised them. So there's some new ones, revised edition. Sorry, that was my cat distracting me, she's meowing at the door. The other option is The Fifth Season by J.K. Jemisin, and again this is another one that's been on my radar for years, and I saw it in Waterstones the other week and I just picked it up. But it sounds really good. So this is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the Great Red Rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death. It starts with betrayal. How good does that sound? They both sound like really good possibilities. Oh, my cat's coming. She's going to start meowing. But I think we're going to go for The Fifth Season I think there's only 3 in the series, whereas this one has got quite a few in the series. So I'm going to start the 5th season. So that is my first possibility. I'll put that there and then see if we have to move it in a bit. Okay, this is fun. Right, next possibility. Let's see. Okay, let's pick this one. So, let me see that. A 3-word title. Okay. A 3-word title. So we've got A Dragon's Promise. Oh, that's more. The Homemade God. I don't actually have many that have got a 3-word title on. Is there any on here? Did that just move? My cat is attacking the stand. This is the only one I've got that's got a 3-word title that I haven't read yet, and that is The Homemade God by Rachel Joyce. This is more of a contemporary fiction. I read Miss Benson's Beetle a few years ago and I absolutely loved it, and then I saw this one. So when world famous artist Vic Kemp summons his 4 adult children to lunch with the promise of big news, Goose and his sisters drop everything, expecting he has finished the masterpiece that will be the capstone to his career. Instead, he reveals he has forsworn his playboy ways as engaged to a woman decades his junior they have never met. After rushing to marry the enigmatic Bella May at his Italian villa, he is found dead weeks later in a lake he knew like the back of his hand. As a summer heatwave blazes across Europe, the siblings find themselves in a waiting game, trapped under the same roof as their young stepmother, unpicking the mystery of their father's death as long simmering resentments threaten to come to light. So that sounds good. It's a bit different from Rachel Joyce's normal books. Like I said, the only one I've read is Miss Benson's Beetle, but she's written quite a few other ones. I can't remember what they are now off the top of my head. I'm having one of those brain moments. So this is possibility number 2. Let's pop that there. So possibility number 3. Give that a good. There we go. Give that a good. And you get to see the gorgeous hedgehog as well. All right. So possibility number 3 is, what does that say? A YA book. Okay, now I've got quite a few YA books. I quite like a YA book. They're quite fun. Let's move my tea out of the way. Right. So, thankfully, they're all in the same place. So these are my 3 YA books, and they've got the most gorgeous spreads on them. So first possibility is The Wycherleys by Annalise Avery. So I believe this is part of a series. I think the second one's come out now, but it's just for the kingdom, for the magic, and for love. So it's sort of like a YA witchy book, which looks quite good. And isn't that gorgeous? Second possibility is The House Sapphire by Melissa Meyer. Now she's written quite a few books. I've never read any of her books before, but I saw this and I was tempted by this. Isn't that gorgeous? And that cover as well. You see the shine. It's a dark fantasy lover's dream. That's what it says on the front. So the ghost of Bluebeard, a handsome count, a con artist in over her head. So it's another slightly witchy one. So she's Mallory is descended from witches, although she hasn't got any magical ability. She can only see ghosts, and she's called to the house Sapphire, to help find a killer. So again, that one's another possibility. And the final possibility is another one that has a gorgeous sprayed edge. This one was from the works, and it is Beth is Dead by Katie Burnett. So Beth March has been murdered and all of her sisters are suspects. So this is a new take on Little Women from what I've heard. So Beth is dead, but who did it? And again, that one sounds really intriguing. So I'm trying to think what I've got. So I've got a full-on fantasy. I've got modern day. So because I'm a mood reader, I feel like I need to have a mix of books. So I've got different options when I finish my read. So I think I'm going to go for Beth is Dead. And they're not too chunky either, which is good. So possibility number 4. I can't remember how many I said I was going to do. Is it 5, 6? My memory's terrible. Right, let's have a look. Let me see what that says. Ah, a duology. So, I've got a few duologies. I've got a duology that I've started, that I've got the second one for, or I've got a duology to start. So the first duology is to finish a duology, and that's this one, The Dragon's Promise by Elizabeth Lim. I read her, I think it was 6 Crimson Cranes. Yeah, 6 Crimson Cranes years ago when it first came out, and I absolutely loved it. And then I went and bought this one in hardback because I was desperate to see what happened next, and then I just never got round to it. And I don't really know why, because I absolutely loved 6 Crimson Cranes. So it says on the back, a dragon's kingdom, a star-crossed loved, and a cursed pearl with the power to mend the world or break it. So it does sound good. Isn't that the most gorgeous cover as well? The second one would mean starting a new duology. I'm sure this is a duology, and that is Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder. Okay, so I've heard really good things about this one. I've heard there's a bit of a twist in it as well. So she was forged for war, he was born from it. Could their love be the deadliest weapon? And that sounds really good. I think I'm actually more excited by this one than I am by this one. I think if I don't read this one this year, I'm just going to have to get rid of it, because it's been sat on my shelves since, I think it was 2022 it came out. It was a long time ago. Yeah, 2022. So I think I'm going to go for Metal Slinger. And if it's not a duology, let me know. I'm sure it is. I'm sure. And then the second one's Lightbringer. I'm sure it is. So we are now up to 4 possibilities. Let's pop that back there. All right. Let's pick. All right, this is possibility number 5. I apologise for the glare. Oh, got 2. One just fell on the floor. The sun isn't amazing at the moment, but I'm quite limited with where I can film. So pretty cover. I've got loads of books that I think have got pretty covers. Let's have a look. I think we're going to go to my cart, which is just down here. So let's move you down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, you see the glare from the light. Apologies about this. So I have got this one. Actually, I've got 3 possibilities. So I'm going to bring you back up again. A lot of my books, I feel, have pretty covers, which is why I pick them. I'm a sucker for a pretty cover. So the first one is This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Ilona Andrews, and it's about a character, I can't remember what her name is, Maggie. Maggie wakes up cold and wet in the gutter of her fantasy book that she's been reading, and it does sound really intriguing. So it's about what happens, because she knows what's going to happen, and what's going to happen is not very good, and she gets caught up in all of it. And isn't that the most gorgeous sprayed edge? This is my special edition from Waterstones, so that's a possibility. Let's just pop that there. Another possibility is, again, it's another special edition from Waterstones, is The Faraway Inn. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the colours on that, and it's, you see the foiling, isn't that lovely? And then the pretty sprayed edges. So this is actually, this one could have come for YA, so this is a YA one. So it's just about a girl that goes to visit her, or stay with her family, her great aunt's bed and breakfast for the summer, and she's shocked to find it run down rather than cosy, and her grumpy, eccentric Aunt TZ is determined to keep anyone from messing with her beloved in, even though she needs the help. And Calissa, did I say Clarissa? Calissa tries to convince her that she needs help, but the longer she stays, the surer she is there's something strange going on at the inn, and some of it's guests, and some of them almost seem otherworldly. How cool does that sound? And it has got the most gorgeous edges. And the last possibility is like a purple theme, actually. Again, it's a special edition from Waterstones, and it's The Last Starborn Seer by Venetia Constantine. Again, isn't that gorgeous? You can see. This is the start of a new series, and it's described as a tokenesque journey through the gorgeous, shimmering world. So Leilani Stellarion is cursed. She's the last in a ruined bloodline of people with starborn magic, which grants her prophetic visions, but it's slowly corrupting her mind. She's branded a pariah. She's blamed for a sickening, a wasting curse that is fracturing the realms and plunging them into war. So with her dying mother deteriorates, and there's a forced marriage on the horizon, she sees a chance to reclaim her fate. A prophecy speaks of an ancient relic that could end the sickening, and she's determined to find it. So that sounds pretty cool, and isn't that just gorgeous as well? So which one do I feel like, because they all sound really good, but I think I don't know if I want to start a new series. I think I'm going to go for This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Ilona Andrews. So that is my 5th possibility. Well, this is rather fun, isn't it? Now, do I pick a 6th? We'll pick a 6th, because they're possibilities, not set in stone. There's absolutely no pressure, and I'm having loads of fun. So, some of these are stuck. Okay. You see that? Below 300 pages. Oh, that's a relief. Well, actually, no, they're not too bad, are they? This one seems a bit of a chunker, but the rest aren't too bad. So, below 300 pages. Ah, okay. This one's definitely below 300 pages. Look at that. Nice shorty. Don't know about this one. There's no page numbers in this one. Where's the page numbers? Right, that's over 300 pages. What else have we got? I've got Before Your Memory Fades. I don't know if this one's below 300 pages. I've got to be careful not to spoil it for myself. Isn't that the worst? Oh, I didn't realise. I feel like she's written another one. Oh, that's not 324, so not quite. So I've only got, from the looks of it, that I haven't read, these two. So I've got the next, Before Your Memory Fades. I've been really enjoying these. They're nice little palette cleansers. Just about a magical coffee shop with a chair, and you can sit in this chair and you can travel back in time, but you can only travel back in time in that chair. And it's just, I suppose you'd call it healing fiction. So this is just the next one in that. And then this one, I Who Have Never Known Men. This will tick off the translated fiction for my Our Fantasy bingo, and it's only really short as well. So I think I'm feeling more this one than this one. I'm not really in cozy fiction mood at the moment. I'm more in dystopian fantasy mood at the moment, and that gives me a nice range of books. So let's try and get these in some sort of order. So these are my possibilities for May. So we'll see if I stick to this list of possibilities or if I pick something else. We will just see. It will be a nice surprise at the end of the May. I also plan to read some other ones. I listen to a lot of books on my audio as well, but I try and listen to ones that I don't own physically. I listen to those on my way to work and on my way home, and when I'm doing my cross stitch or embroidery that I just showed you a little snippet of. So yes, so please remember to like and subscribe if you have enjoyed yourself. Let me know what you're planning to read in May. Do you stick to a TBR? Do you like the sound of a list of possibilities or a pile of possibilities? Because I really do. It takes the pressure off. And if you don't know what to say, I just want to support a new channel, and thank you for all the support so far. It really is much appreciated. So thank you for all the likes and subscribes so far. So please remember to like and subscribe again, and I will see you all in whatever comes next.